Hello everybody, welcome back. So it's been about a week since I recorded anything, and I know I promised at the end of the last episode that we were going to be going to the Calmlands. We're not going to the Calmlands, we're not going there at all. We're going somewhere else. And the reason we're going somewhere else is because I've played a lot of this game, like a lot of this game in the past week since I last did anything with you all, in prep for the end of the chapter. So my plan is, today it's, hold on, let's have a quick look here. It's January 14th. And my aim is to sit down and play to the end of the chapter with you guys. Oh, it's going to be great. I'm pretty excited. But before we do the Calmlands, there's something else very important I'd like to show off. And that is what's happening currently at Luca. So, and hopefully my recording setup doesn't crash because it's been really weird at the moment. But Luca, remember what was going on in Luca in the previous chapters? Chapter 1, we kind of got a weird retelling of what led up to the events of the very start of the game, which was weird and odd. Chapter 2, we had a scene where we kind of got on camera on film with Shalinda, remember, who was now a TV reporter. But aside from those two events, you guys will remember there's actually a mini game going on there as well that we could have played. It's kind of 10-2's version of Triple Triad, the card game from 8, or any of the card games and mini games that they've had to other games. This is Sphere Break. And in Chapter 3, it becomes a full-blown tournament. I've not shown you any of this yet on the series. That's what we're going to do here. So, the new game Sphere Break is all the rage in Luca these days, and they're giving out a Just Sphere to whoever wins the tournament. And I've not shown you all for very good reason. Because it's complicated. And because I never remembered it from when I played it when I was younger. And I was putting off to the last second learning it. And it's really hard. This is the 10-2 equivalent of 10 when you first reach Luca, and you have to defeat the Luca goers, who are incredibly difficult. Yep, it's kind of that again, except this time it's not Blitzball, it's Sphere Break. Blitzball comes later. Ah!
No reports of fiend activity here. Guess there's no guild to be made in Luca. Everyone's worked up about some kind of sphere breaking contest.
Really, buddy?
That's Sphere Break.
Ooh.
You should enter. The grand prize is a dress sphere.
Great! I've been practicing. Well, let's go take a look.
I'm glad you have, Riku, because I certainly haven't. I love Shinra there. All right, I'll give you guys a secret. Shinra has been playing Sphere Break. Now, what's kind of cool about him there is he's like, oh, it's Sphere Break. You know, like a kid when your mum says, Pokemons, is your favorite Pokemon's, you know, Pikachu from the Xbox. I don't know what I'm doing there. My PS3 is making really weird, scary noises, and it's upsetting me. But check it out. So there's loads of people, and we will not spend too long here in Luca. Fear not. But it's a pretty huge minigame. I remember having a lot of fun on Sphere Break when I was a lot younger. There's some Hypello there. You can actually play against them.
You can't go anywhere in Luca without hearing about Sphere Break. And now it's just about time for the competition to get underway. But first, a word from our sponsor, Lord Rin.
Lord Rin! I love how he's called Lord Rin. Rin has got so much to do in this game. All the stuff with Awaka. He's got stuff going on the Mihan High Road. He's got stuff going on here. He invented Sphere Break, if I remember, from the previous chapter. Oh, and he's got the honeys. Welcome, everyone, he says.
I am looking forward to a fair competition. May the best man win.
Go time!
Oh, Rin! We love you, Rin!
Good milk do we.
I love how he mixes Albed with you know, regular Spear in there. Also, check it out, the balloons again. You get this cool, like, perspective of Luca. So, check it out. Sphere Break. Whatever, I'll teach you guys about this. So, basically, while you're digging in the desert, you guys will notice in a previous episode, we've got a dragon coin. When you're digging in the desert, when you do a variety of things in the game, you can get coins to play this game. The tournament in Chapter 3 is completely sealed off from all of that. It's like a sealed deck format. You only get what they give you. You can only play under like certain special rules. So we only really need to learn about these tournament rules. The only thing you need to do for Sphere Break for the entire game is this in Chapter 3. You have to win this tournament. The rest of it's totally optional. It's great in the regular version of the game for giving you garment grids and all kind of stuff like that. In International, there's actually loads of cool items you can get from it, which maybe I'll show a bit of later. But for now, we've got the tournament. So first there's this little beaky guy. And he's the guy that teaches the rules, who we actually spoke in a previous chapter. You got Shalinda here, who says, I think there are more players up these stairs. And then Rin, who says, I hope you enjoy yourself thoroughly, Lady Una. So we're actually going to get a new class today. Which is kind of funny to me, actually, because we've already got so many new classes. Actually, one of the primary things I did off screen was max out trainer, which we'll talk about soon enough. But check it out. So this guy says, I'm still psyching myself up for the competition. Ooh. Shenra will drop a comm sphere. This is the only comm sphere that will appear in Luca. But for now, what will happen is as we wander around the city, we'll find different players we can choose to play the game against. There's a couple of kids here who have appeared in the previous chapters as like experts of the game. These are, I went on my rant about how young people learn stuff quicker than old people, and I've not noticed them overtake me yet. And I'm scared of the day. So he says we're not going to lose to some grown-up. Now, they're not going to battle us yet, but we can choose to fight them later. There's loads of different people you can pick. First of all, there's someone like this, right? I caught this sphere while I was fishing. I'm still learning, but do you feel like playing? Hell yes, we do. Why do we care about playing against this guy? Because he's easy. You see those difficulties 2 stars there? Simple guy, very easy to play, and we're going to jump straight in, so good luck. Now, the game is actually fairly simple. As any game like this tends to be, but it takes quite a bit of explaining, and this is why I put it off. What can I say to you guys, You got a lot to learn, and I was worried that I wouldn't be very good. This is primarily a maths game, all right? So, I guess I'll just have to wing it. I'll just have to explain to you guys what's going on. We haven't looked at any tutorials. You're going to get the wooden potatoes tutorial. So, the idea here is, in the top left, you can see up there, it says we've got a quota, all right? And that's 0 out of 20. And the idea is that you need to get 20 out of 20 to win, all right? You've got, as you can see above it, only 15 turns to do that, and each turn is going to take you, you get 60 seconds of leeway, so this guy's quite easy to do. So how do we get quota? Well, your quota goes up every time you use one of those grey coins you see on the right-hand side. So that's the board, the game board on the right-hand side, and our idea is we want to use 20 of those grey coins. If you manage to use 20 across the entire game, across 15 turns, then boom, you're done. Now, those gold ones in the middle, if you're playing regular spear break, not in the tournament, you get to determine what those golden ones are in the middle, and they can be any number you like, depending on what you've dug up or whatever. They can have different perks, different traits on them, and all kinds of things we'll get into in a second. But for the tournament, we're just given these exact ones. We're given a 3, we're given a 5, we're given a 2, and we are given a 6. So when I press X now, turn 1's going to begin, and I'm going to get 60 seconds to complete the turn. And the idea of the turn is to use as many grey coins as possible. Okay, but to what end? What are you talking about, Winner Potatoes? If I don't make any sense right now, good, because it shouldn't make any sense just yet. So we're going to press X and go. So I've got 60 seconds on the time limit. Now, in the very middle, you'll see we've now got a blue sphere that says 2. And so what this means is by combining all the coins on the board, if we make, by adding them together, eventually a multiple of 2, then we will be able to progress to the next round. If we run out of time, or if we can't do it with the coins on the board, then we fail. So I currently have 30 seconds. So what we want to do is pick a middle coin. You always have to start with the middle coin. So we're going to pick, say, 5, okay? And then what we want to do is add one of these other numbers around the outside to make a multiple of 2. So if I go 5 plus 1, that makes 6, which is a multiple of 2, which means we progress to the next round. So let's do that. Let's click the 1. And there you go. We progress to round 2. And so a couple of things are different now. You'll notice on the top left, I've got 1 quota because we staked one of those, grey coins, the border coins around the outside. And you'll also notice that that one I selected before is now disappeared, so that's not available. So we've got to manage our resources carefully. Those of you who are good at maths will already know that if I'd been really careful in that previous round, I actually could have staked a lot of border coins. I could have gone like 5 plus 2, which then would have put me to 7, which isn't a multiple of 2. Then I could have done another coin. So I'll demonstrate that here. So we'll go turn 2. All right, so now it's multiples of 6. So how about we start with a 3, all right? And then we stake a 2, which will put us to 5, total. And you can see at the very top it says sum 5. So you can always do that without having to count. And then what if we add another 2? That'll put us to 7. So there you go. Now we're going to increase our quota. And the idea is we want to use as many of these border coins as possible. So what if we add a 5? Then that'll put us to 12. And we would progress to the next round. So let's do that just to be safe. So there we've staked 3 coins. We got to 12 as a total, which was a multiple of 6. 6 was the number that was in the middle. And you'll see now we've got a quota of 4, because across the entire game, we've staked 4 of those coins. But you can now see that the coins are disappearing, and it will take a while for them to reappear. So generally, that's one of the core ideas of the game. So right now, we're on multiples of 9. So I could go 3 plus 6, or I could be really daring, and I could go 6 plus 6 is 12. Now there you'll see I got minus 50 gold when I chose it. If you actually have a look on the bottom left now, you'll see that it's got extra details about these coins. Not only do each of the grey coins and gold coins have, like, numbers on them, but they also have bonus traits. So if I pick this 5 here, for example, I'll get an item, it says there, as you can see. All right, so I've got... so I need another 6 to hit 18 here. So let's just pick another 6 coins, say this one, for example. And voila! So we staked another 2. But now you might notice it's actually... I told you guys this would be really easy to do. But if you notice, we're on turn 4 out of 15. And we only have a quota of 6 out of 20. We're not doing that well. So there's something more that you can do. Something to help even more make these games very, very easy. And that's the idea of echoing. All right. So one of our entry coins has a trait. I just showed you guys that one of the traits previously was item, as you can see here. One of the other ones, you see this says it's got a trait of C count echo. What that means is by choosing this coin, we can start off an echo. All right. So we'll hit the 6. And because the core sphere on that previous turn was a 6, in a single coin, it progressed us up around, which is scary because we never got to stake any border coins, so we never got any quota there. But by pressing 6 there, we've enabled ourselves to make echoes. Now, echoes are if you do the same thing round after round after round after round, then it will start giving you bonus quota. All right, so for example, we now need to make 8. So what if I go 3 plus 5? So this time, we got a core break, which means we've progressed around in just 2 coins. You still with me? So let's do it in just 2 coins again. So let's go 3 plus 5. It's the exact same thing. We're lucky enough to do that. So now, over 2 rounds, we have succeeded the round in 2 coins. So what's actually going to happen now is we get an echo, and you get a bonus. So can you see on the left it says echo times 1? And that's going to give us an extra quota, which is excellent. So now let's try it again. So now we want to make a multiple of 4 in just 2 coins to keep the echo going. So we could do 2 plus 2, for example, or we could do 6 plus 2. All right. Let's do 2 plus 2. There we go. And now, once again, we made it in 2 coins. And you'll notice now that my echo's at times 2, which means I get even more bonus quota. And now you'll notice that even though that previous round I only staked 1 border coin, I actually got 3 quota from it, just because I've kept a chain going. So now we're on turn 8. We want to get a multiple of 3 in 2 coins. So that would be... and here you're going to find out I'm not actually a very smart human being. See, we can't press 3 or 6 first, because if we do that, then we'll instantly get the multiple, and then we won't be able to do it in 2 coins. So you've got to be careful, guys. So anyway, 5 plus 7 would have done it, but it's not going to. 5 plus 9 is 14, isn't going to do it. 6 plus 9 is 17, isn't going to do it. 4 plus 3 isn't going to do it. And now the time's running out, and you can see that it starts getting a bit scary. 4 plus 5 is 9, though, all right? So we can go 5, and then there's 4 up here. And we get it in 2, as you can see. So it's a bit of a maths game, right? And now you notice that we're only on turn 9, but my quota's at 16. Why? Because I've got a huge echo going. Huge echo. So let's keep it rolling. 3 plus 3, easy enough for a multiple of 6. We get an item there. We got a high potion because that 3 coin on the border had an item on it. So this game's a bit of a balance. There you go. And because we've got such a high echo, once we finish that round on turn 9 out of 15, we have a 21 out of 20 quota and we win. If it doesn't make crazy amount of sense, it's fine. We have to do 4 of these little games in the tournament here. So we'll go on to the next. And depending on who you choose to fight, so he says, that's what I expected. I always think of this guy's very sad because he's who I practiced on and I end up whipping him a load of times. So now the little kids will say, you getting any better, lady? We'll put you to the test. And you'll notice, actually, now these guys are difficulty 3-star, all right? So we still get 60 seconds to decide what we're doing per turn, but we only get 15 turns to get 40 quota. That last guy had half the quota, so these guys are actually twice as hard as the guy we just beat. So they say figures. I've never actually beat the kids. I really want to beat the kids, but I've never actually managed to beat them. So whatever. We're going to go on down towards here. And we're going to find some more people that we can fight. Almost everyone in Luca is available for battling right now. Almost all the screens are available. The docks are currently under construction, so you can't head to the docks. But most people you speak to, they're fighting, and you can figure out, this is getting ugly. This guy says, the more people there are, the harder it is to keep watch. But you can find lots of players all around. And you kind of just got to pick your battles. Now, what I'm going to do is fight 3 easy opponents. Who else is easy? The old. So she says, you ain't find another player here older than me, that's for sure. But that doesn't mean we can't have ourselves a nice little match, does it? And we can say, that would be lovely, Grandma. And you'll see this lady is basically exactly the same as the fisherman. So we will go for her as well. That's the spirit, she says. Funnily enough, one of the hardest guys you can fight in the entire tournament is a Hypello. I believe he's in the tournament, or he might just be a regular player. He's a complete badass. There we go. So with regular Sphere Break, you can change your entry coins, those golden ones. But same kind of deal here. So we want to start building up an Echo. Now, the thing about an Echo is you need to trigger it with a trait first, all right? So, like, this trait is minus 10 gil, this one's plus 5, this one's plus 1 coins, which means all the numbers on the border coins, if you choose this number 1, they'll all increase. So this 8 would turn into a 9, this 4 would turn into a 5, and so on. You want a trait that starts an Echo. So we only get one. For the tournament, they give you a C count Echo, coin count Echo, all right? So you need to do this. So you want to pick your 6 here. And then, as long as you get a single round with this, then that'll trigger it and start off. There's another type of Echo as well, which we can talk about later, but that's not a part of this tournament, so it's fine. So anyway, we need a multiple of 10. We had to pick 6 to start our coin count Echo. So we'll go 6 plus 4 equals 10. And there you go. Generally, you can complete this tournament with a bit of good luck, just doing coin count Echoes and doing all your sphere breaks in 2 coins each. So here we're looking for a multiple of 8. So we're just going to go 5 plus 3. There's a single 3 over there. You want to plan your turn out, obviously. But there, you see, I've got 60 seconds. But I managed to do that round very, very, very quickly. So now we've got turn 3. We need a multiple of 3. So we could do 2. Now, in theory, okay, if there's no border coins at all, you can stake, make the number out of just the middle ones. It just won't increase your quota, all right? Anyway, so we're looking for a multiple of 3. No, but we can't start with a 3. Alright, this isn't good. I think this has broken it for us, has it? No. 5 plus... Are these 5s or 6s? These are 5s. That sucks. 5 plus 5 isn't good enough. 5 plus 9 is 14. If I run completely out of time here, I'm going to get screwed. So I just need to have a contingency plan backed up in my mind, which is just to hit one of these 2, which is totally fine. I'm going to have to. All right, so anyway, we'll hit the 6. So there, I had to do it in 1 coin. I got screwed. Maybe there was a mathematical way of doing that, but I'm not sure. And as you can see, I don't really have many more border coins available, which is pretty horrible. All right, so here we're looking for... now, that broke our Echo, okay? It completely broke the chain, which is fine because we're very early on in the game. We're still only on turn out 4 out of 15, so it's all right if it breaks early. But if it breaks late, you could be kind of screwed, right? Because you want to build lots and lots and lots and lots of momentum. Anyway, so it's asking us to make 4, or a multiple of 4. So why don't we go 6 plus 6, since we've got a lot of 6s. There you go. And we move on to the next round. Okay, so we want to keep trying to use 2. Now, here's a problem. This sucks. What came up here? Now, you notice the big blue sphere in the middle is a 1. So this time we're trying to make additions to get a multiple of 1. But everything's a multiple of 1. So you might think this is really good. You might think, oh, wooden potatoes, a multiple of 1's awesome. You don't even have to do any maths, just pick a coin. But you have to start with a gold coin in the middle. So any of these that I pick is immediately going to advance the round, and I can't combine it with any of these, so you cannot increase your quota. Worse, this will break any chain you've got going on, right? Like if I'm doing a chain of 2 coins, 2 coins, 2 coins, 2 coins, and then this comes up, I can only ever do this in 1 coin. So a multiple of 1 is RNG that will break your Echo. And breaking the Echo makes it basically impossible to win the minigame. So we'll just pick one of these. And this is kind of where Sphere Break becomes a bit frustrating. And I'll talk about that more in a second. So we've got to start building up a chain now. This pretty much sucks. So we want a multiple of 8. So 5 plus 3 would be possible. We could do it with just the inside one. So, no, we've got a 5 on the outside. So let's go. We could go for plus 10 gil, or we could go for plus 5 gil. Let's go for plus 10 gil. So the game's kind of a balance on personal rewards as well as actually completing the game. And the funny thing is, there are some hidden garment grids and super rare items you can only get from picking coins that have the trait item or rare item on them. And I actually managed to get lucky, which I'll talk to you guys about in a second. So this time we need to make a 7. A multiple of 7. So we could go 2 plus 5. Do we have any 5s? No. We could go 5 plus 9. That works. Okay, so 5 plus 9. And here we go. So now we're going to start building our Echo. We're on turn 8 out of 15. We only have a quota of 7, but we should be okay as long as we don't get screwed by RNG again. So this is a multiple 10, so let's go 3 plus 7. What I actually did there was kind of interesting as well, but I'll have to talk about later. All right, next round. Again, it's a multiple of 5. So we could go 3 plus 7 again. All right, screw it. Go 3 plus 7. And so another thing you guys might be thinking right now is, do you have to do it in 2 coins? Wouldn't it be much safer and quicker to build your Echo doing 3 coins? Yes, probably, but you have to be a bit smarter with the maths to be able to do that. And also, you end up using up a lot of your border coins very quickly, so you're more limited later. So it strikes me that there should be more play there, but I never really noticed it being super worth it. So, I don't know. Anyway, I think we're screwed again here. Aren't we? Am I crazy or are we screwed? This is impossible, right? Because we cannot start with one of these 2 coins. Yeah, it's impossible. That sucks. It's completely impossible. So she's broken my chain again. So this woman actually might beat me, which is scary as all balls. All right, multiple of 5. Come on, we've got to build a good chain up here. So now that we've got no chain and we're getting later on in the game, it's getting a bit scarier. So I might want to start using as many border coins as possible. So anyway, we're going to go 2 plus 3. That'll bring our quota up to 16. Oh, no, 15. Okay, that's kind of scary. All right, now 3 plus 3. Excellent. Now we're on to quota of 17. One more chain and we're almost guaranteed to win. So a multiple of 7 this time. And 2 plus 5 is exactly what we're looking for there. There you go. And we win. Excellent. Probably spent a little while too long on the old lady game there. I'm just trying to explain it so you guys understand. There'll probably be a sphere break episode. How is it over 20 minutes? Fade that away to treat an old man. Oh, you're a man. What? Oh, I guess you are a man. 1 game per person, that's the rule. Oh, God. Why do I keep messing this? Guys, I may be, what is it? Sexually dyslexic. What is that called where you can't tell whether someone's a boy or a girl? Everyone has a little in them because when people get stupidly overweight, it can be really hard to tell the difference. All right, once you've got 2 wins, right, you might want to save the game. So actually, here's a cool thing that you can do. You can come down here and the old locker room with the old blitzball where we went to the changing rooms. This is in the previous chapter, one of the only places you could actually play Sphere Break, but everyone's tunneled out of this corridor ever since. I've got ridiculously long loading screens at the moment. I think it's because of my PlayStation's being weird with its disc. But yeah, like, these people won't play you. They'll just talk about how everybody's left. That lady on the right says, oh, I unfortunately left it too late to learn the rules, and now I can't participate. Lady, please. I never learned the rules until the tournament. That's literally what I did. I was like, okay, it's been years since I've played Sphere Break. Let's just go in and play it. Because it can be so hard to describe and to read in the guides. This place over here as well is where the advanced players were, and I like that there's this guy. He says, everybody's over the tournament. Not me, though. After the schooling those kids gave me, I had enough. Yeah, he spent the previous 2 chapters getting his ass whooped by those children. Who yes, will happily admit I'm too scared to versus. But yeah, so check it out. You actually cannot go to the docks. And even after the tournament, you can't go to the docks this chapter in Sphere Break, in Luca. And that means there's less you can publicize and matchmake to. Anyway, there's this lady here. And she says, I lost again. If I lose one more time, that's it. Well, are you in or you're out? And she's the other super easy person. So you can save and then come and fight her. And that's your easy 3 wins for the tournament. But Wooden Potatoes, didn't you tell us that it was really hard? Yes, I did. We'll see. All right, so let's get through this game nice and quickly, shall we? I'll tell you if there's anything particularly interesting going on. 3 plus 6. Okay, all right. So we need to press the 6 first to start the echo. I'll tell you guys something else as well. So there's a coin count echo. There's another thing, which is a multiplier echo. And the idea of a multiplier echo, this might be a little bit too advanced to talk about so quickly. But the idea of a multiplier echo... okay, that broke our echo there because we got a multiple of 1. So we just have to move it. We just have to take it. A multiplier echo would be something like, you see how we've got 5, then 10, then 15. Let's say we go for 10, which is double the core sphere in the middle, right? Like the second one in the chain, the second multiple, times 2. So if we went for 10 here, which I guess we're probably going to do. So let's do 2 plus 8. Okay, we go for 10. All right. Now, to get a multiple echo going on, we can't go for 7. So, for example, I've got a choice right now. I could go 2 plus 5, right? Which would make 7, and I'd advance around. But that is just hitting the act. That's yes, finding a multiple of 7, but it's only picking 7 times 1. We did 5 times 2 before, so we need to get 14 here, which would be 7 times 2. Does that make sense? I can tell that I've not explained that particularly well. But so we'd have to do that. So you'd have to do 5 plus 9, see? And then if we had a multiplier echo going on instead of a coin count echo, it would buff us up. And multiplier echoes are really good. Multiplier echoes you can't access in the tournament because you can't change the gold coins in the center. But if you're playing the other areas of sphere break in the game, absolutely that is the 100% thing you need to be doing, because that's how you beat all the hardest players. Alright, anyway. So we got to make 7 here. 7 or 14 I want to go for. So if we go 5 plus 2, we could do with the inside. Now, okay, so this is the thing, right? If I go for 5 plus 2 and use just gold coins in the middle, it doesn't help too much because we never staked any border things, but it keeps our echo going, alright? Keeps the echo going, which is very important. Alright, so now we want a multiple of 8, so let's go 5 plus 3. 5 over there, plus 3. Plus 2 whole gil, guys. Awesome. Do you notice a huge variety of different traits on the coins in the tournament? Another multiple of 8. There's a 5 there, so we could go 3 here. And you see our echo's already at times 4 at the moment, or times 3. Yeah, times 4 at the moment, and we're at a quota of 14 out of 20, nice and comfortably. But you see, here's the scary thing. Here's the thing that's a bit crap about Sphere Break. You can't really determine through pure skill victories, because there's a huge RNG component. At any moment, I could get a multiple of 1 appear in the middle. Could break my chain. And then that's devastating. If I'm going for a quota of 40, 50, 60, quota of 100, all right? Which is a thing later. And you just get screwed by RNG. It sucks. Like, there's way too much RNG involved in this game. There I lost 100 gil, but it was... Well, I could have gone for the other 9, actually. Anyway, there you go. So we beat her really, really, really easily. And that's a bit more of a quick game being played. But still me rambling about nonsense. Now, we've won 3 in a row. By winning 3 in a row... this happens. If you lose a single game, this cutscene doesn't play, the tournament just ends, okay?
Oh, I was so close. Who beat you?
Uh-oh.
It's elementary, really, once you get the hang of it.
Uh-oh.
Once I outplay Yuna, the tournament is mine.
Get him, Yuna!
You're going down.
Uh-oh.
The probability you'll win is slim at best.
Alright, so we have to beat Shinra now. And Shinra, as you can see already, he has a quota of 50. He's harder than anyone else in the entire tournament. We only get 45 seconds per turn and the same amount. So Shinra is difficult as all balls. Now, you might think, oh, well, hold on. If Shinra wins, then surely it goes to the Gold Wings anyway, that sphere. Well, we'll see. He's very, very, very difficult. This is the equivalent of fighting the Luca Goers, as I say, in Blitzball in the previous game. I will try my best, but you can get absolutely owned by RNG. Now, in the event that I cannot do this, all right, so we'll start with the 6, we'll go with the 3, that starts coin count, and that gets us rolling on the 2 coins straight away. If I cannot do this, then I have a save file prepared where I did win this. So don't you guys worry too much. Now, I actually, despite how hard this is, and how hard I know that this is, and how often core breaks of 1 appear, you know, multiples of 1, breaking your chain, even though I know that it's that hard, I aced it second time. Well, okay, that's not an ace, is it? Second time. I beat him my second time. Really, 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 really easily. And so, you'll notice how quickly our border coins have disappeared here. And so, it's really odd to me. I wonder whether in the international version they might have nerfed it. And I've just forgotten that there was a patch note about something like that. I mean, it would make sense because it was so outrageous. I almost made a big mistake there. I almost went 5 plus 3 to make 9. That would only make... so we'll go 5 plus 4 to make 9 instead. And we're doing pretty much fine here as well. I just went the whole way through. Not only did I manage to beat it on that other file, but I also managed to get a very rare garment grid by selecting one of his coins. You see this 2 says item. By picking this, it actually gave me a very rare garment grid. And I beat Shinra in the same match. So, win or lose here, I'm going to be swapping to that other save file. But let's see. So we've got to make 8. We have less time now, so I can't ramble so much. 6 plus 2 is perfectly okay. There we go. The one thing that will catch you out is accidentally hitting a gold coin in the center. That immediately hits you onto a multiple of whatever you're looking for. Like, so especially when multiples of 3 come up like this. Like, both of these you cannot start with. So 5 plus 8 is 13, isn't good enough. 5 plus 7 is 12, however, is good enough. So let's go 5 plus 7 I really hope I've explained this well enough to you guys. Or over time, it's getting easy to understand. So you notice right now, we're already in a quota of 28. It's pretty amazing, right? So we're well on track for that quota of 50 because we're just going to keep growing momentum. 3 plus 4 is 7. So there's a 4 over there with the item on it. So let's try it. What's that one over there? That's got no trait. So let's try this one. We get a high potion. I can't believe how well this has gone. I've been really... One of the things last year that I was kind of like, oh man, I've got all this creature create stuff going on. I've got so much to do. And I was like really worried about was the Sphere Break tournament. Because I just knew how long I'd have to invest to relearn it. And I've just flown through. Test file and here, look, we're going to win it. We're going to beat Shinra. We're going to beat him. All right, so basically, I was so confident I was going to lose this. Basically, if he wins, you'd think it would go to the Gold Wings, but it doesn't. He just steals it for himself. He says, no, this is my Jessica. But yeah, so by doing this, by winning the tournament, you get % completion, and you get a new class. There you go. So we won. Oh, I'm pretty happy with that. I'm pretty happy. I get to show my skill, and I don't have to do any fancy editing showing the cutscene from another file.
I won.
I wonder if I just got really lucky.
My goggles fogged up.
I mean, that's really hard, guys. It's really hard. Hot damn.
And the winner of the first Sphere Break tournament is... High Summoner Yuna.
Woo! Yay! Good job. We love you, Yuna. We love you, High Summoner.
Presenting the reward is our sponsor, Lord Rin.
Thank you, Lord Rin.
Lugni Dimiduk.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Oh, Yuna understands, see? She is half Albed. Let's not forget, guys. Those of you who don't remember 10. Alright, check it out. So you get the Lady Luck Dress Sphere. Alright, and with that, you just get thrown back into Luca. And that's it, done for the chapter. After you've accomplished all that, you can, of course, run around doing all your matchmaking and stuff. I actually, off-screen, have already match-made everywhere in Luca. I'll show you guys as well. So the garment grid that I got, specifically from finding one of those, was Treasure Hunt. And by simply equipping Treasure Hunt, it's kind of one of these weird ones, it gives you Mug. So anyone can use Mug. And then if you go through that gate at the bottom, it's kind of a weird shape. But if you go through that gate at the end of the battle, it will double any item that you would have had. And so if it was oversold and already doubled, you'd get double. I don't know whether it doubles stuff from stealing. That would be kind of cool. But yeah, that's Treasure Hunt. I'm not sure how much I'm really going to be using it. And then, of course, the Dress Sphere itself to talk about is, and you'll notice we got a lot of them now, is Lady Luck. So attack with luck. Watch your foes quiver in suspense when you play random reels or use Tantalize to mess with their heads. Well, if they have heads. We'll talk more about Lady Luck later. I've already got Berserker to show you. I've got Dark Knight to show you. I've got Trainer to show you. There's a lot of stuff still to see. But you'll notice there's only 2 classes left in the entire game that we haven't seen right now. We're doing that well, which is very, very, very cool. So that'll be on the back burner just for a little bit. But yeah, and that's basically it for Luca. That's the side quest for Sphere Break and Luca. Hope you guys understand the game a little. But now, let's actually get back to the Calmlands and see some of the other cool stuff that's going on.